Generic greetings! In the previous episode, we progressed on quite well with this cell block up here. This is where we've got graded cells. So at the moment, they're not that great because they've just got windows and such. Actually, this one's got a shower, but you understand that they're supposed to have other things like desks and chairs and televisions and things like that. But we'll be hopefully finishing that off in this episode along with this top section here. So first things first, a bit of housekeeping. So this is a bit of a problem because there's no door there. Should be a staff door put in there, which I've now resolved. We also need to go to rooms and then to our kitchen. And as you can see, I designated this as kitchen. Now, this was pointed out 3 episodes ago, but I've been forgetting about it. Every single time I come to do this and do another episode, I forget this because even though this is designated as canteen and not kitchen, it still functions fine. So it's a little weird that way. It looks like you can designate it whatever the hell you want. As long as you've got one block of kitchen, the rest will just work. So that is now all kitchen as far as I can tell. It does say canteen there, but I'm pretty sure that's just because, yeah, that's just because this bit here is designated as this is kitchen, and the canteen goes all the way around there, so it puts that section there, which is why it was difficult to spot in the first place. Also utilities and then water, as you can see, I've plumbed it in wrong. That should then fix that problem. We also need to go to our deployment and then to staff only and change that section and that section to staff only all the way along the outside, because what they were doing is coming along and then going through here and then around and then avoiding the metal detectors, which were actually catching them with the contraband, which is getting flung over the wall. So that is the majority of the things people pointed out as far as I can remember. I asked, what do you want to have in these areas around here? So we've got 2 sections, this corner and this corner, where I didn't really have anything to put in there. And there's been several suggestions, but the one that comes up most frequently is laundry, because at the moment we do have one laundry, which is down here. But it's quite small, and also with the extra people, it might be best to put one there. So I'm probably going to put one actually over this corner, because it means when we get this side in, this side here, we can then hopefully just expand on. But we'll see how it goes. We also need to shift the common room around, so again, we'll see how these things go. So what I want to do, foundations, building brick, and I want to build, what the hell? That was weird. It didn't build it in like a big cube. It just put it all in several sections. That's weird. Let's just build the entire section here. So we need to put in the entire... I need to dot matrix this thing up. And there you go. We're going to build the entire row of buildings here. Now, I do need to mirror this down the bottom, which is going to be problematic at best because, well, it just is. It's just going to be a bit of a mess on, but we'll see how it goes. So just drag these down, create the entire thing. Shouldn't take too long to make. But hopefully, once it's sorted, we can then get a couple more prisoners in, and then more money. We currently have 3,186 generic credits coming in per day, and we've only got 1,244 left because of this building, because it does take quite a bit. But that's not too bad, we can handle that. As you can see, we've got the education, or the Reform Through Education initiative on the go, which is have 10 prisoners pass the foundation education course, on 20% of that, so that's pretty good. So 2 prisoners have passed this, and 1 prisoner passed the general education course. So let's have a quick look at that. We'll go to programs. You can see there's a couple in behavioural therapy there. Treatment, drug addiction. This one isn't... There's no actually in here. It says 13 in the queues, but I don't know if that's actually going to work. There you go. That's actually sorted that out. It's going to lose us some money by doing that, but at least it's going to give us good reform. And the thing is, if you have good reform, then when people leave, if they go through parole, you get more money anyway. So it's not actually a bad thing. So the special guidance is also on the go. It'd be good if we actually had another one, but it does cost, it's only a couple more people, so I'll not bother there. I'm actually going to stop that one. No, we'll start that one. We've got workshop safety induction, lots of people interested, this is good. Guard test certification, we don't need to do that one. General education qualification, which is what we were looking for, nothing in there at all. So it really is just the kitchen safety and hygiene, behavioural therapy on the go, all of that sort of thing. So anyway, we just speed up to max speed and we'll let the workmen crack on. As you can see, the overall plan, this common room here we're going to shift. We're going to actually move it up to about here. And what we'll probably do is have a common room at both sides. I think it was going to change that originally, but no, we're going to have a common room at both sides here. And then this room is going to become a holding cell, because at the moment we have a slight problem. And actually someone's getting tasered by the sound of it. Where is it? Can't see it. Yeah, the overall problem... Can we close that picture, or is it going to... There we go. Yeah, the problem is that we don't have a holding cell, and what that means is that when we... Oh, God, look at all the money we're losing. Actually, I haven't got an entrance in this place, so that's suboptimal. In fact, what I'll probably do is just go demolish walls and demolish them walls there. That'll probably resolve the issue. But yeah, we don't have a holding cell, which means when people come in, they just get assigned a cell, which is fair enough because we're only accepting the amount of prisoners that we can actually have, so that's fine. But also, when people move between different grading cells, if there's one person that requires or is allowed to have a grade 5 or 6 cell, then they get shifted to that. If there's a space left, it will get filled up by someone else. But the problem is if you don't have a holding cell, they can't be shifted to then get moved to somewhere else, so it doesn't actually grade them properly. At least that's what it used to do. I'm guessing that's been fixed a little bit because it was pretty much impossible to work around, but it's still something we do need to consider. Let's just go to utilities here, and we just need to go to electrical cable, and we'll drag some electrical cable in, probably straight up the top like so, and then along this side like that. Now the problem I have is that if one of these is going to be the laundry, we have to check our power grid. You can see it is running quite hot, so we'll have to see what we can do there. It shouldn't be a massive problem, but if it is, what I'll probably do is put a power block, a little one on one side. I originally was going to put that there, but still not convinced it's a great idea. Or rather, I'm convinced it's fine. What I'm not really keen on is spending money for something like that, which does cost a lot of money for a power station and capacitors when we don't really need it. I'm going to do a full shakedown because we had some escapes in the last episode, which was not great. Bureaucracy here, we just need to check. We do have all of our guards and other stuff and guard towers unlocked, so actually having a guard tower would be quite good. So there's a guard tower there. And we could shove them around here. So where do I want to put them? We could put them anywhere we want, but it's $3,000 to start placing guard towers. Now, I do want to place some guard towers. I really do want to get them in because, well, you've seen we've had one problem with escape. It was from around here, I think, or might be in this next one, and then tunneled all the way to here, which is, yeah, something that actually worried me greatly because I thought, oh, good grief, if that's happening there, what could be happening down here? It's not much of a dig at all, but it looks like it's okay. Finishing the shakedown here with nearly $4,000. This is good. What I then want to do is probably start putting the walls and other things in here. So these are going to be standard cells. Actually, they're not going to be standard cells. They're going to be fairly large cells, but like standard jail door layout. So they're just jail doors in the front, then the rest we can sort out. So let's just put jail doors all the way along here. Now, it's going to cost a little bit to do, but I guess we get our money back eventually anyway. And it's not as if we've got anything else to really spend our money on, because we are trying to get this all completerated. There's someone going around the back there, as you can see. Obviously, I'm just going to search that prisoner because we know he's come and not nicked something, but we know he's come along and got something he shouldn't have. I'm just going to put in all the walls here. This is going to cost a bit of money, but like I said, it's all for a good cause. These are going to be the most luxurious cells that we have in this place. And I don't say that. I don't really use that term lightly because they are going to be quite nice. They're going to have all of the home comforts. In fact, I know that some people probably really like a lot of these things in here and probably have it. These prisoners probably have it better than they do in real life. But you know, you can have all sorts in one room: showers, televisions, radios. In fact, I don't even have a radio in my room. I mean, I have everything else, but I mean, who has a radio these days? Old media. Right, so we want colour drains in this. There we go. And all the way along. And up to here. Get rid of that there. And then we want it all to the end. There we go. Right, so they're going to be all the showers and stuff. We'll actually might as well put the shower heads in as well because they don't really cost any money. And then along all the way to the end. There we go. Don't really cost any money at all, really. We do need a toilet, which we will put in the back. So we're going to go for standard cell stuff first, because as soon as we get, I should have really just done the beds and then toilet stuff, because then we can assign them as cells, and then it means we actually get more money and stuff like that. But it's not really too much of a problem. And then we have to put like TVs and radios in. I should clarify, I do own several radios, just not in the room that I actually record. Throughout my house, I do have a couple of radios, like in the kitchen, for example, when I'm making food. I'm really starving. I'm just thinking, what can I actually have for dinner? Anyway, getting a bit sidetracked by the prospect of having some sustenance. Yes, we'll get all of these sorted out. So we do need, I know people have suggested bunk beds and stuff, but no, we're not going to have bunk beds in these because it would be a bit daft. Actually, can you have that? That's a strange one. Bunk bed is $5,000, And, oh god, the mayor's calling. Oh, it'll be a good thing he'll say I can put my TVs back in. Yeah, the media have moved on to something else, and the blah 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 banning TVs has been stopped. Thank you, mayor, thank you. I'll put my TV in later. Actually, I'm not, because I'm going to get rid of the entire common room and move them up, because these are bigger. So anyway, yeah. What was I saying? Something to do with cells. Oh yeah, bunk beds. Bunk beds. I've never had a bunk bed in like a graded cell. I mean, you could probably do that, and it would be more of a condo than anything else. Like you know, a thing for a couple of people, which is quite strange. And that guy is obviously nicked something, so we're gonna have a bit of a search prison like that, and then we'll see how it goes. Just want to go back to deployment here and staff only and check that all of these are staff only, which is right. That's all locked off. Reception, that's fine. Storage, you want to say, is staff only because it should have been a long time ago. This bit around the outside is all sorted, same as the morgue and this section here. And then we do need to sort that section out, which goes around the outside, but we'll get to that whenever. So, there we are. We do need to go to utilities, and we need to run some pipe work. Now, it's probably easier if I just do this, right? Just something like that, and then connect it up about here, and 1, 2, 3, and about there, and that is roughly the center. That'll connect them all up, no problem. In terms of hot water, obviously we do have to run some hot water as well, which we will pretty much run like so, and I really do hope that that is enough, but we'll see how it goes. Also, while I'm here, I'll go to connect, and someone has pointed out that I missed one of the phone booths, which there's actually 2 connections there, which is actually cycled the entire thing, so we do need to cancel that. There we go. That's now sorted because it was cycling too much. That one. There we go. Yeah. So that's fine. Right. Okay. So there's that sorted. Danger level is increaser rating, which I am not too keen on. Why is it going up? We'll go to needs, have a quick look. There's a big clothing need, which is always a big clothing need, but we are delivering things from the laundry. Put another laundry in will hopefully help out. Bowels, bladder, things like that, hygiene's going up and down. That's all understandable. We do have in our policy medium and high variety meal quantity medium. Just check our food. So they get fed twice a day. So they should have. I'm going to change that. No, I'll change that to medium again, because I think medium should do it, because we have 2 meal times per day, so there shouldn't really be any problem. Let's just go to our rooms and then to cells, and then what we're going to do is designate all these as cells. There we go, and that should hopefully... Yep, that actually has split up properly. That's good. So all the workmen are going to come along. As you can see, there's a lot of them. Have got a bit of bother because they're having to get these doors opened by the guards and stuff, but not too much of a issue really. So we'll put the bed in probably this corner here. I don't know what. Oh no, do I want to put that corner? Yeah, I'll put in that corner. Why not? It's a bit different. The problem I have, that I've just sort of I've made an issue myself. This issue myself really is that I've put the toilet right next to the wall. So actually they dig 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they're out, which is not great. But I'm hoping, desperately hoping, that these cells here, they're not really going to want to escape too much, because they are highest graded cells. They are very like in a privileged position. So one would hope that they actually are happy with their location and they don't try to escape, but we'll see. There's been a couple of comments saying we should have people patrolling in the shower, and it's not bad. No, it's not a bad move. It's always a bit of an iffy prospect, really, when you think about it. It's like, the guard patrolling in the shower? Well, yeah, what, you're in prison, whatever, deal with it. But it is a sensible option, because there tends to be a lot of violence in the shower. Generally, if there's going to be something kicking off, like if you get a new prisoner and they are, for example, a violent offender or something, or even worse, when you get someone who is a snitch or something like that, or ex-law enforcement, and they're sort of high risk, then you might have a little bit of a problem there. So having a guard in there doesn't really do anything to stop them, other than, well, the taser that he's carrying, but it's more of a deterrent. Like, the chances of them kicking off and doing it when there's a guard around are a lot less compared to if it was just open. It's something, at least. So we'll see. So it looks like that. What is that guy trying to do? I don't know. He's sort of stuck in the edge there. But there's been a couple of people saying about the kennel and also the staff room, saying that it's very cold and we haven't got any radiators in there. Now, you are correct in that. However, I'm not convinced. In fact, I'm pretty sure that the cold the temperature stuff does not matter for staff. Staff do not care about temperature. I'm pretty certain it's only for the needs of the prisoners, these needs here. Whereas the staff, they don't eat, they don't sleep, they're just, you know, machines that work. So I think that's just for them. Anyway, we'll see. Let's just go to our intake and just make sure that we are on full capacity. Yes, that is fine. So what'll happen is when these cells are finished off, which they are getting close to, that guy there, which is Andreas the Hat T NNACS. He is grading 35% chance of reoffending. Punishment's quite high, reform quite low. That's not good. But I'm guessing it says cell quality 5 above average. So he's got a nice cell there. But once we put the other stuff in, this is going to be graded up. But we've got 8 grand, more than enough to really. What I'll probably do is finish these corners off before we do anything else, and then we'll start adding the extra grading stuff. So let's go to our common room. So let's just use the search function, and then common room will go whack. There we go. So there's one big common room. Same thing over this side. There we go. And then what I'll do is I'll cancel that common room, and then I'll go to objects, and then dismantle object, and then I want to dismantle that, and then all of these chairs. Now, half it is already done anyway, so it's not really much of a problem. I do then need to go to my objects, and then to large jail door, spin it round, put it on that side, and then we need to put in a couple of things. We need to probably have a bench of some kind, because remember, this is going to be a... It's going to be like a holding cell, so we'll have a bench either side like so, and then we do need a couple of toilets, which we'll just put in the top in the open, but I don't care. And then we'll connect that up to this one here. So that is all sorted. Then we'll go to our rooms, and then holding cell. Then again, all of this is now designated as holding cell, so now we do have a proper holding cell, which is good. Let's just go up here then, and we will sort out the new common room, which is a bit of a weird shape, but it's okay. We can put in some pool tables like so, and then we do want chairs roughly like we had them previously, because they did seem to function okay like that. There we go. It's a bit of a no, I don't like that. I don't like that. Perhaps that is best. I don't know. These chairs, they're always it's a bit problematic because of the way they work. And let's just delete that. Why don't we just put chairs like that and like that, and we'll have these like a little group meeting area. That makes a bit more sense to me. And then what we'll do, we'll just sort of slam the pool table in like in that corner there. That is the worst pool table ever, because if you've got a shot from that side or that side, you can't get to it. But in reality, in the game, it makes no difference whatsoever. So there we go. Televisions, similar sort of deal. I'm just going to sort of slam them in where I can get them. It doesn't really matter. As long as they are usable, then that's all we really care about. And I think that is about right. Actually, what we'll do, if we're going to copy the same design, it should be facing up like so. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We could put another one in there. There we go. So that's a fairly decent common room, fairly good size. Not entirely happy with this thing here. In fact, you know what? I'm very unhappy with it, so I'm going to dismantle that one. I don't like the idea. It also means going around is going to be a problem. I wonder what that guy's doing. We'll search the prisoner. Obviously, we've got a lot of stuff, a lot of contraband flying around the place, I'm guessing. Let's just go to our intelligence, and then, yeah, you can see, look at the supply and demand. Loads of supply for things like luxuries. Look at that. It's off the chart. And that guy's got a mobile phone. In fact, we searched him so hard, he was actually pushed through a wall. Right, so we've got all of that sorted. Common room on this side, we might as well get it all done now. Copying it from the other side is going to be problematic, so I think it's that, and then we get chairs all the way along here, and then it is chairs 1, 2, 3, and then chairs 1, 2, 3, and then we need to go to our, where is it, television. Is it just called TV? It's just called TV. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then same thing here. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that the same as that? It looks right. Yeah, it looks right. I think it's about right, that. Okay, so we have not yet got a metal detector in places where we really need it. So metal detectors. We've not yet got any ones here. So we do need one. But what I'm going to do is put it in between this section like that. So it'll go through there and that'll be detected. Now that's between these two cell blocks. So you've got one on the entrance, one on the exit, and then this one in between. Now this entire section here will eventually be staff only. So once we put the the standard jail doors in, it will actually be staff only. So I might as well do that now, because then I can designate that as staff only, and it makes sense. And then it means they're not going to come around this side. It means these are actually okay, even though they can get contraband from this side at the moment. Bear in mind that once we expand it, it'll all be clear. So there's been a comment about this one as well, this little sort of entranceway here, asking what the hell this is for. Well, that's just, if we manage to expand on this side, we might, if we can, I mean, that's going to be a huge expansion. This prison's going to be massive if we do expand that. But that's just a corridor, so we can go up if we need to do that. Let's go to our rooms and then cells, and we designate all this as cells, and that is cells there. And while we're here, we'll go to security, then designate the center of security as well, back to objects, and then to jail doors. What we're doing here is just creating some cells that are going to be for protective custody. So we want the beds in like so, and then like here. Every time I'm building something in these areas, I'm sort of dreading the fact that I'm having to mirror this on the other side, which is going to be an absolute nightmare for me, because it's the exact same thing, just flipped around in reverse. So I can't use the clone tool, which is unfortunate. Let's go to protective custody, and I can't change that to protective custody just yet because these have not got doors on. There's just been a ding-a-ling noise, and that is, oh my good grief, maybe the first in my PA history, well, at least since the couple of changes. We've finally got part of the Reform Through Education initiative done. 10 prisoners pass the Foundation Education course. I'm really, genuinely quite happy about that, because we've never had that before. General education qualification is 500 per session. As you can see, it is 10 places, 20 sessions to do it, so it's going to cost a lot to do it, but slight problem, no one's interested. Even if I start it, nothing. So it's not going to do anything at all. I'm going to keep running the other one, because I think it's worth it. That power is running very, very hot. And once we put these in, we're going to have a bit of a problem, aren't we? I don't think we're going to get all of the things in that we need. This is shouting for... Well, this has got... Speaking of needs, this is shouting for things. Let's go to protective custody. It's still not getting done. Security, I haven't really put everything I need in here. So we need a filing cabinet. I'll put one on either side, because why not? Office desk. So I'll put it in the... Could put it in the middle. Now I'll just put it like there. I'll put a couple of chairs in. One there. A couple of chairs either side. There you go. Job done. Right. Look at all the cleaning teams. Get sorting that out. 16 grand, so we're making more than enough money really to have this all crack on. Look at that. That's a logistical nightmare. And once these get put in, I'm going to say them are going to be prioritised, as you can see. Really useful, that. And you can mouse over it and see where they're coming from. Nice. So they're going to come along and fix that, and then we just need to check this. That's running really hot. Look at that. That's right near the top. Now, if I put 4 laundry machines in, what's it going to do? Well, there's a way to test it, and that's just to delete the power cable here, and it'll turn them off. But I think, in reality, we're probably going to have to run some more... Oh, there's a photo. There you go. In reality, we're probably going to have to have another power block type thing. I don't think it's going to work otherwise. Let's go to protective custody, and we still can't assign these cells to protective custody, which is really, really, really annoying. What I'll do is I'll just do that, and then hopefully these might then change to separate cells. The way to do it is to just put the doors in and such. To get rid of the doors and put big walls in, then that's classed as a separate thing. But at the moment, that entire section is protective custody, which is not very good. In fact, it's horrible, because the whole point in this room was supposed to be protective custody there, and then we can search people and have a little chat in the security, and you know, for the snitching things. Let's do a full shakedown, because it's about time we do one. 40 guards in this prison. People have said that that's too many. The same amount of people have said it's too much, too few, too little, whatever, too many. God, basically whatever I've got, it's wrong. That's how YouTube works, right? Whatever you do something and then be told it's wrong. Let's just assign all of this as staff only, so now the prisoners can't come around this area, so they have to go through that instead of down here, through that, around here, through this, or that way. They can't go that way, but they'll go around here and then this way and then round. So to bypass these metal detectors, they would just go through there through there, round here and through there, and then they would obviously go through these ones, but they would still dodge the rest of it. So it looks like the holding cell's sorted. Oh, bit of a tunnel we found. There you go, look at that. That guy is shouting for alcohol, and he's going, no, my tunnel is all found and dug. Look at that, you only got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 spaces. So well done, well done. At least we found it, which is good. These showers here. Now, I'm gonna put it out there, right? I'm gonna admit it. These are too big, right? They've always been too large. They've always been too expansive. But then again, so are these, right? We're sort of overdoing it. It's not on purpose. It's just the way they were designed. That guy's obviously just had something threw in. But yeah, these showers are too big, and there's been several people suggested ways to shrink it down, change them around and such, but in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter the size of it. It's fine the way it is. Yes, it's too big, but I don't think we're going to lose any sleep over it. And all the suggestions for what we can do were like just change them to something that was not really required. So like, oh, you could change them so you've got like more security in there. Well, we don't need more security around that location. Things like that. So all of the suggestions to change them to different things doesn't really do anything for me. So we're going to leave them as is for now. In fact, we're going to leave them as is until I really need to change them, which I really can't see. Just going to put some flooring in here because currently we haven't got any, and it's going to be, it's causing a little bit of a problem. What I want to do is have these go, I don't know, do I have them go around like this and floor around? It would be quite nice. It would look quite good indeed. And it does look quite good indeed. Oh yes, we'll have that. So it's going to be this. Really? Like that. Yeah, that's fine. And then all the way along. And then same on this side as well. So it's that. And then same thing here. I think that's about right. Yeah, there we go. And then obviously we'll connect all these up. Run the extra stuff like that and around. While we're here, to be completely honest with you, I might as well just completely and utterly fill these. Because it's the way it's going. So we might as well finish it off. Not these cells, you understand, but the rest of the entranceways and such. And then they're all done. They won't be needed. And these ones, actually no, because I'm going to put metal plate in them ones. Is it metal plate I put in? Yes, metal plate. So metal plate, and then concrete tiles, like a little walkway towards it, even though we don't need it. Do we want to do that? Or do we want to have this as just... No, I think we'll have little walkways, why not? Like I say, every time I do something, it's got, oh, have I made this more complicated than it needs to be? Because it's going to be an issue when I try to copy it. So, looks like there's been a bit of tasering going on there. What I want to do is just go remove tunnels and check that, yeah, there's only one tunnel and it was there. So we're going to clear that off and then we should be sorted. Right, so... guard patrols. Let's have a quick look at our deployment and then guard patrols. One is going around there. It says the dog is going around there, but I don't really have any standard guards as such. So what I'm going to do is assign a guard to that, so we'll have a walk around. We want to probably hire a couple more dog handlers, 1, 2. And then while I'm down here, obviously dog crates are not really filled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So that's 10 dogs in total. But bear in mind that half of them at least will be outside doing dog things. So there's no real problem there. We don't need to mess around too much with having the exact number of kennels and stuff. We're just going to go to white tiles here and just sort of finish all of these with white tiles because why not? And then same on the other side. That. And there's all of that. In the security room, we will go for, I think, wooden floor. For some reason, just seems about right for the security room. And then mosaic. Like that. Alright. Just checking the concrete is okay there. Yeah. These ones here, I'm not really too sure what we're going to put in there, but I just want to check something here. I'm going to keep checking on the programs and checking for this general education qualification because I really want to start doing that, but I don't know if it's going to work. Don't think it's going to. I don't think anyone's really going to say, oh yeah, I want to do that, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, radio. So a radio, what we're going to do is put some radios in. Actually, is a radio more expensive than a TV? No, it's not. It is not, which is good, because I think at one point the radio was like really expensive and it was sort of pointless. You know, you might as well just have a television. Don't know what sort of radio they're putting in. Probably one of the massive like 16-foot antenna just sticking up the top. What's that for? Nothing. So yeah, right. So we'll put in the television. Oh no, we'll put the radio. We'll just continue doing radios actually. So in terms of grading, oh, have we found another tunnel? Found one there. That could be legit, that could be legit, because if it's from there, they would have dug all the way along that side. That's quite worrying. That what I'm doing, I'm going to keep it paused while I go along and finish these radio placements off. And then I'm going to go down and do a little bit of a search there. So what I'm doing is just putting the radio... radio... in places I think it's needed. And it's strange because I don't really have an option in here. Like these cells down the bottom, I have an option of what I put in to make them higher graded. These cells, I want to be sort of 3 and 4. These sort of 4 to 6-ish. Then these top end. But obviously if I've got these ones here, I can have radios or televisions or whatever to try and up their grading, chairs, etc. Ones at the top, I have to fill it with everything. So, apparently there's one there. It's only one, and why for some reason they keep getting stuck on there. So it could be these ones. Toilet, search cell. So, nothing found. Dog hasn't found anything when he came back the other side, so chances are it's fake. It was just highly coincidental. It was a bit iffy on that side. Let's just go to materials and grass, and what I want to do is just place the grass in here. So, all the way along, and then just sort of finishing this off. Is this going to be a yard? Well, I guess yes. It was going to be a yard. That was the overall plan. Is it going to be a very good yard? Probably not, no, because of the size of it. It's a really, really dodgy size, but yeah, we'll put some things in there. It's looking good, if nothing else. Which is obviously what you want for a prison. I mean, it has to look good. The security is a secondary issue. Right, power grid. It is really running too high for my liking. So... that's on there, that's on there. Right, I'm going to leave it there because we've progressed on quite nicely. A lot of little changes around the place and little fixes. I'm sure there'll be more to fix from things I've caused this episode. We've got 124 prisoner maximum capacity here, but obviously a lot of these are not, well, 6 of them are only for these ones, for the protective custody, which I haven't really checked to see if anyone needs protective custody. I should probably keep doing that. I've been more focused on the building a lot of these days rather than checking for anyone that should be in protective custody. A lot of them are feelers, strong, volatile, things like that, but we haven't got anyone that's like a snitch, which is the one we really need to protect. Just reschedule all the programs there because it's always useful to do that. We've got a decent policy. It seems to be working out quite well. We're not overly punishing, but we are handing out punishments. Let's just check our grading. I think last time we checked it was about 24%, and it's currently 14%. That's actually really good. 81 prisoners are being released. Reoffending rate has gone down by 12%, I believe, because it was like 26 and then went to 24 when we checked it again, and now it's down to 14. That is very, very good. Punishment is high. Reform is going up. Security is high. Health is still in the minuses, which I'm not really too sure why. I really wish there would be a tooltip to tell me exactly what these mean, because I'm pretty sure I read it when it was back in the day, but then I've just sort of forgotten what the hell it means. Like, is minus health good? I don't think so. Higher is better generally, as far as I can tell for these ones. But anyway, a paroled early is 48 with an 8% reoffending rate, and there's no prisoners executed, and our prison value is 390,000. So, well, sort of, you know, getting close to the 500,000 mark, and considering we've got the bottom, left, and right to do, it's going to be quite expensive in terms of rebuilding this thing if we need to do that. So, next episode, we will be putting in, hopefully, the rest of this top section and then expanding to one side or the other, or down. Now, a lot of people have said go down to the bottom because that will allow me to just sort of mirror this thing, and I am leaning towards that because it is quite then an easy task, hopefully, just one episode's worth of getting it done. But I really do want to get this right-hand side put in, get in things like the workshop, that sort of stuff, because people want to do that, and it just adds another dimension to it. So, as always, we will see how this one goes, and I would like to know what you think. Next episode, once we've completed this, do you want to expand to the right and do the workshop and workshop and forestry stuff, or do you want to go down the bottom and pretty much copy what we've got here? As always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching, take care, and generic partings.